It's a COVID-19 special edition of Enigma's Analysis. Since most of you have nothing better to do than sit around and watch movies anyway, I'm counting down the top 10 best movies of 2019. Here we go. Honorable mention number 1, Avengers Endgame is an awesome movie if you love superheroes, which I do, but plenty of people don't. And let's be real here, it's a 3-hour mess of plot holes and contradictory statements and logic and all that. So if you love superhero movies, you've already seen this. If not, it's not going to change your mind. I can love this movie and still acknowledge that it's definitely not one of the best 10 movies of the year. Joker is, in one hyphenated word, heavy-handed. Now, if I was 16 years old and I'd never seen Taxi Driver or King of Comedy, I would probably be in love with this movie. Joaquin Phoenix's acting is off the charts good, but there's something to be said for subtlety. If you tell me you love this movie, I wouldn't sit there and tell you you were wrong. If you said you hated this movie, I wouldn't sit there and tell you you were wrong. Joker has value, but it's definitely not one of the 10 best pictures of the year. Number 10, Late Night. Mindy Kaling plays a super pie-in-the-sky manager of a chemical plant who applies for a late-night talk show writing job in Manhattan and gets it on the basis that they don't have any female writers. Late Night is a very, very funny movie that pokes a lot of fun at sort of the forced canned elitism of show business. It does lose a little steam in the third act, and I don't know about you, but I have a limited capacity for entertainment about people in the entertainment industry, but all the same, excellent movie. The words feel-good movie of the year tend to make me run for the hills, especially when combined with the words Shia LaBeouf. But surprisingly, number 9 on this list, The Peanut Butter Falcon, easily the most confusing title of the year. I mean, it surprised me. If you can get past some of the typical trappings of a quote-unquote feel-good movie, this one's great. Shia LaBeouf is a criminal who's not really a bad dude, just kind of fell on hard times. And along the way, he runs into an adult with Down syndrome who fantasizes about going down to Florida to meet a wrestler from the 80s who he thinks is still running a pro wrestling school. Excellent movie, surprisingly funny in many ways, and doesn't make you hate Shia LaBeouf. 8 is Long Shot. Now, I know certain people have a certain cap on how much they think they're allowed to like movies with Seth Rogen. I am not one of those people. Aside from this being as funny as you would hope it would be, there's just enough social commentary about the 24-hour news cycle and the way we look at politics now to give it some extra weight. Another excellent comedy. Given that there are 8,000,001 superhero movies out every year, I would not have expected number 7 on this list to be Shazam, especially considering that I really never cared about Captain Marvel that much from reading comics over the years. However, and maybe I'm just biased because this movie's set in Philadelphia, but Billy Batson is an orphan who gets selected by an ancient wizard, Shazam, to be given superpowers, but specifically, if he yells out the name Shazam, a lightning bolt comes crashing down and turns the kid into a Superman-esque, like 6'4", super muscled dude who can do all kinds of crazy stuff. This movie is just the right mix of heartwarming, action-packed, the whole 9 yards, and just different enough from every other superhero movie out there that it actually stood out. Hustlers is a drama about a group of strippers who figure out how to take advantage of their wealthy clients to get even more money out of them through not really legal means. It seems like there's always a lot of movies about people operating in a morally gray area, and a lot of the time they're either too long or the characters are just too shady for anyone to root for them. Hustlers is not one of them. It's full of good performances. It's a great drama. Number 5, Us. Now we're getting into the really good stuff. This is Jordan Peele's latest horror movie about people facing off with their doppelgangers. Can't say much more about the plot without spoiling anything else. This is scary for the majority of its running time. It's excellent, weighty with social commentary, what's not to like, even if it's not as good as Get Out, but then again, what is? The movie Good Boys, which is our number 4 entry, is the easiest thing to write off based on the trailers. I mean, I know I thought, okay, it's probably funny, another raunchy comedy, whatever. But this movie really nails what it's like to be at this age, although there's a lot of extra vulgarity thrown in. But I mean, that's the point. That's why we're watching it, right? 3 main characters have gotten invited to a kissing party, and hilarity ensues. There's really not much reason to get more into the plot. It's not a crazy plot, but it's just really funny and really spot on in a way that most movies about teens are not. Number 3, yes, Parasite is pretty much as good as everyone says it is. It's a South Korean movie about a family living in a sub-basement that slowly infiltrates a rich family's service positions, and then the plot gets really crazy from there on out. Parasite is something special in a lot of ways. It's got a lot of dark humor, a lot of social commentary. I honestly, it wouldn't have been my best picture choice, but it was close enough and a big enough of a statement choice that I really can't be mad about it. At this point, what else do you need to hear? Go see Parasite. Don't worry about subtitles. The premise of number 2, Knives Out, is not complex at all. It's a murder mystery, a whodunit. And that might be a little strange given the weight of some of the other movies that are high on this list, but Knives Out is just so much fun. It's so well acted. It's got so many big names in it. It's funny. It's genuinely surprising throughout. Knives Out is just too awesome to be denied. With all due respect to the other movies on this list, number 1 was not a difficult choice. Easily, 1917 was the best movie of 2019. I assume the Oscar voters dismissed it over Parasite because it's easy to dismiss a movie about World War I. But 1917 is so well executed. The gimmick, if you will, although it doesn't feel like a gimmick, is that it's almost entirely filmed to look like one continuous shot, one take. It works wonderfully. I don't know how they did a lot of this stuff. I would love to watch special features on the making of this movie. The 2 lead characters do a great job considering they're played by no names. In fact, the only big name actors in this movie play officer roles, and they usually appear for 2 minutes or less. 1917 is an exhausting movie in the best way possible. It's not long. It's just an adrenaline rush. It's a thrill ride. Go see 1917. So there's my top 10 for 2019, which I actually thought was kind of a weak year for movies personally, but am I wrong about that? Am I spot on as per usual? Let me know in the comments section below. Like the video, feel free to subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, stay safe, everybody.